So initially, when our kids are young, we're right there with them using it and making sure they're staying safe. That's where you filter. But at some point, our kids get to know how to use it and we feel comfortable, and then hopefully we can then back away. And that's when Covenant Eyes and accountability programs come in, where you basically step back and let them use the internet, and hopefully they do well. And if they don't, you rush back in, correct, and then back away again.
Right.
Because we all need to realize at some point they're going to be out of the house, and you can't filter them the whole life. So they got to be able to fly.
Use it responsibly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And, I hope everyone is hearing that from this conversation, that we're not saying, internet, it's horrible, don't use it.
No, it's a wonderful tool. It is.
Yeah, it's just a tool like anything else. You just have to teach your kids as best you can how to use it responsibly once they get to that age.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask you, just in regards to Fort Safety, one final thing. Can you give us a story of a time where Fort Safety was able to step in and, help somebody out when they were dealing with something in regards to, being unsafe online?
Yeah. This is kind of a preview. I just told all our donors and email list. And by the way, you can go to our website and sign up for our newsletter, and you'll be one of the growing number of cyber savvy internet safety, Fort Safety Nation parent. But the story that stuck out is a couple of years ago, we were at a community event, and a young man in his 20s approached our table, told us that he was a writer. And I was like, wow, great, we need writers. Would you like to be a blogger on our website? All this other stuff. And he had a little hesitation in his demeanor. And I was like, well, what's wrong? And he looked down the floor, and then he looked up at me, and he said, Mr. Winstanley, when I was 13, I saw someone commit suicide on my phone. It was a social media feed and stuff like that. Yeah. And I could really tell, you get that feeling when someone just told you something that they've been hanging on to for a long time. And I was like, wow. I needed time to absorb that, right? So I kind of made small talk for a while. I mean, I asked him, did you ever tell anybody about that? And he said, no, I didn't. And I said, so for the last 8, 9, 10 years, you've been trying to internally fix yourself, deal with that trauma by yourself. And he goes, yeah. And just because some guy walks up to you, talks about Fort Safety and helping people online, you shared that story with me. And he goes, yeah, basically. And he said, thank you. That's not the only story, Terry. You know that from the board of directors. No matter where we go, if it's adults or kids, we keep hearing these stories of these hidden burdens. That's what they are. They're these burdens, these flashbulb memories. Flashbulb memories, like see a car wreck or something that sticks with you. And I think that's what's going on with our kids. They see some violence or something adult related on their phones. It's like a flashbulb memory, and it sticks with them the rest of their lives. And we need to, as parents, getting back to your point, we need to keep an open line of communication, even if it makes us feel uncomfortable. We always ask our kids, how is your heart? That's just open-ended question. Don't ask them how their school was today, because they're ready for that one. Nothing.
Yeah, good.
Wasn't so good. Nothing.
Yeah, that's
nothing,
it.
Nothing to see here. Keep walking away. But
what did you learn today? Nothing. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
right.
Open-ended questions. How is your heart today? Did did you hear something bad? Did you feel something bad? What makes you come alive? If you could fix one thing in the world, what would it be? Just, our kids are so smart.
They are.
Again, remember, don't look at our kids through parent eyes. Don't think all our kids are always going to be yay tall, right? Little knee biters.
Right.
They're growing up in a world with stuff out there that they, without giving them tools, are not prepared to handle. And that's where Fort Safety wants to partner with you, parents and educators, and give you the tools to help the kids in your care. That's our mission.
Yeah. And you know what, John, what you're doing is so needed, man. Me personally, I was exposed to pornography when I was 9, right? Never told anybody about that, right? It was this secret that lived on, you know, until I reached adulthood and I realized, okay, like I should probably talk to someone about that, because at that age, being exposed to something like that is not healthy, right? So my heart goes out to these kids now who have even more access, right? And have been exposed to even more than I was. And it's coming at a faster rate. And it's like, they don't know the necessary resources